Hi there, welcome to today's video, and it's a really exciting one this week because I've finally reached 1,000 subscribers. It's only taken me about 4 years, but I've only really been sort of seriously uploading content for the last year or so it's a nice piece of validation really. So thank you for watching my content, subscribing, liking my videos. You know, it all means something to me, so I'm just really grateful that you're out there watching my stuff really. I never knew whether it'd be that interesting really, so it's nice to know that some people appreciate it, so I'm really grateful. Anyway, back to today's video, where I'm going to be showing you how I made my little model of Nosferatu here. I think it's the third time I've made this character, so yeah, it's quite a nice little build to make. And he makes a nice little buddy piece to last week's Dracula model that I made. And if you've not seen it, I'll link to the video just up here. So yeah, let me go and show you how I made him. Okay, so to get things started, I'm going to make little Nosferatu's head. So I've made a really nice light coloured grey for his face and his hands. So just making him some features and making him a mouth just with my needle tool here. Apologies for any background noise that you hear today. My studio is on quite a busy road, so you'll invariably hear the odd kind of tractor noise. But I'll do my best to edit those out in editing if I can. So I'm really excited about finally reaching 1,000 subscribers. I think it's always in the forefront of everybody experimenting with YouTube to try and reach that kind of milestone, so it's really nice to have finally got there. As I said before, it does act as a little bit of validation, so it's yeah, all down to you guys, so thank you for watching and subscribing. As I promised a little while ago, I'm planning to make a little studio tour to celebrate, but I think I'm going to wait till early November to make that one. Really, as there's so much material around to work with at the moment with Halloween happening in a few weeks' time. What artist or crafter doesn't love Halloween? Because there's so much inspiration around, so I'd rather take advantage of that while I can before we move on to the old Christmas stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Christmas, so I try and indulge myself with Halloween as and when I can. So yeah, that will be my main focus throughout October. Apologies if my voice is cracking here and there. I've not had a brilliant week really. I've got a condition called FND, or functional neurological disorder, which I've made a video about before, but I've since been diagnosed with it, and yeah, it's not been the best of weeks really. I keep getting really sort of weird chest discomfort and a bit of breathlessness, so I'm trying my best to work through that. But it just means that I've fallen behind schedule on a few projects in the studio. Still working on a Skillshare video. Well, actually, I'm still to start it. I'm just in the planning stages really, and I hope to be well on my way with that, but it's been, yeah, a bit tricky this week. But we all get stuff that's sent to try us now and again, I guess. But I've been having some issues with my eyes as well, and that's been going on for a few months now. So I just get a lot of eye pain, which is partly caused by dry eye, but also my vision's a little bit blurry here and there as well, so it means that I have to wear an eye patch for a few hours a day. So yeah, it's not brilliant, but you know, there's worse things out there. But if anybody out there happens to have FND with some eye issues, I'd be really keen to hear how you kind of cope with yours really. I've been using various eye drops and like a heated eye mask once or twice a day, but they can only do so much really, so I suspect that screens are exacerbating the issue as well. But yeah, it's a bit annoying for an artist, I have to say. You kind of use your eyes quite a lot, and if they're not kind of functioning properly, it's yeah, not the ideal scenario really. But as I say, you know, other people have worse to deal with, but it's, yeah, just one of those annoying things really. I just hope it will clear up at some point. But anyway, back to the model here. So just inserting some wire into Nosferatu's trousers, so I'll be able to secure a body to that once his legs have baked. That looks like it's kind of ready to go. Okay, so moving on to his hands now, and he's got quite sort of long spindly fingers, so I'll need to bear that in mind while I'm making his hands. I don't know that I've seen Nosferatu all the way through actually. Perhaps that's something that I'll need to return to at some point, because it's such a part of film history, isn't it? It's always nice to see these things. I do like a vampire movie though. I think Salem's Lot's probably my favourite, even though it's ages old now, but I think because I saw it when I was really young, kind of leaves an imprint on your brain, doesn't it? Horror films that you've seen sort of way too young, I guess, and yeah, they kind of stick with you really, and nothing is able to replicate that fear that you had as a child really, so it's always got a place in my my memory. But I enjoy all sorts of vampire movies, horror movies really. I like The Lost Boys as well. I suspect a lot of people do too. But you know, I'd be really interested to hear what horror movies or vampire movies that you like, in case I've missed them. You know, I do like a good film recommendation. So feel free to leave your suggestions down below. And in case you're wondering about the odd body colour here, where possible I try and use old clay, and you know, nobody's going to see his body here apart from maybe a little bit of black at the top, so it's a really good opportunity to use some old bits and bobs of old clay. Nobody's going to see it. And I'll just attach a scarf around his neck here, like so. And moving on to his coat. It took me various attempts to get this right, because you have to be like a tailor almost as a polymer clay artist, and if you've not got enough material you have to start again really, so there's always a lot of guesswork involved, but if you've not got enough clay then it just means rolling out some more clay to try and get a decent fit going on. And just onto his lapel. It's all coming together quite nicely. And when you use so much black clay, it involves washing your hands quite a lot as well. It just really clings to your skin in a way that few other colours do. I think yellow's really bad for that as well for some reason. Always takes me ages to get yellow clay off my hands, so it's not my favourite to work with really. So there he is, all done and ready to be baked. And in case you ever wondered what my desk looks like at the end of a project, it's pretty much like this really, a good old mess. So I think some wet wipes are going to be in order here. And here he is, all done. I don't think there's any need to add any gloss or anything to him, so yeah, pretty pleased with this one. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.